Okay, welcome back, everybody. I hope you're doing well. This is going to be our week 3 activity for you, just a little review of it. Just a reminder though, before we get started into that, I want to make sure everyone is reminded that your grades only go in if your mark goes up. So if you're worried about participating in the activities, don't worry, just do your best. There's absolutely no way for your mark to go down with this. All you gotta do is do your best. So, for this week's activity, we are going to explore the effects of light on a photo. Light is one of the largest influences on an image. The amount of light, angle of light, and type of light all have an impact on the outcome of the image. Therefore, we're going to look at how exactly does light affect an image. So, steps. You have to first think of a subject. You will be moving and reshooting this subject at various points. Therefore, if it is an object, you must be able to move it. Don't pick something that's way too heavy or bolted to a wall or super valuable and breakable. And if it's a living person or animal, they must be available for the duration. So maybe don't pick your dog that likes to run away, or your sister that's just back in town for the weekend. Make sure, or going to get mad at you and stop participating. So do your best at picking something that is going to be available to you for the duration of this. Step 2, think of the specific photo or pose. You will recreate this exact photo multiple times. So if you're doing a person, I want you creating the same pose with them. Maybe it's just someone dribbling a basketball, sitting on a chair. Maybe you're taking a picture of a vase of flowers, so you're going to have them kind of facing the same way all the time. And so you're going to want to take it's going to be taking the exact same photo many different times. But this is where it's going to change, is in the actual taking the photos. Yes, notice plural photos. Even though you're taking the exact photo, it's going to be multiple ones. So I want you taking the same photo at various times and locations to show the impact of light. You must do the following. So you must do an outdoors photo, both in the morning, around noon, in the evening, and at night. Note, you can use multiple days if you want to make sure you get different cloud conditions. So that would be in addition to this. Maybe you want to make sure that you have a cloudy morning, a sunny morning, a cloudy evening, a sunny evening. That's your choice, though. As long as you have the singular day timeline, I'm okay with that. Next, then, you're also going to need to do an indoors photo. So this is going to have a few different ones, once again, that you have to complete. So for the indoors, you'll have to do it near a window, far from any windows, using soft yellow light and using hard white light. These last two, you may only have access to one of them. Not everyone's household is going to contain both tungsten and fluorescent based bulbs. Tungsten, once again, those more yellowy colored ones, while the hard white light is the fluorescent ones. If you look actually at me, I can show you a quick change around. So right now I have a whole bunch of hard white fluorescent light on myself. At the click of a button, I'm going to now change to a softer tone so you can see how my face changes, and how all of the picture changes just by changing to that softer tone. Even if you look behind me here, you'll see the whites change a little bit too. So this is kind of in the middle. This is using both my soft and hard lighting to try and make a balance. I'm running out of battery apparently. And so when you look at this, I am once again back to being brighter, darker, middle, brighter. So you can see how that changes the actual coloring of everything too. Next is varying light sources. I also want you to vary the source of the light, more so the direction of it. So the light source, the direction that it is coming from. I want you to have your light source behind the subject, beside the subject, in front of the subject, above the subject, and below the subject if possible. Obviously, if you have a vase of flowers on a table, you can't do much of a below one, maybe just a little lower angle. So make sure you're getting those various lighting sources in there and the angles they're coming from. So when you do that, what you're going to see then is the overall product. You're going to have taken various forms of outdoor lighting and seen how just the different stage of day can affect the photo. And even if you have, once again, have cloud cover, shade, any of that, you're going to be looking a lot at the type of light through your indoors photos, seeing how the windows give light when it's more darkness, depending on the types of light you're using. That's going to show you more of your coloring with light. And then the varying light sources. This is going to work on your shadowing and directional patterning of that. So they'll give you a nice overview of the different ways of using natural light sources themselves. Finally, there's a reflection portion. Yes, always a reflection portion. So how did the different light sources impact the photo? How did the different light sources impact the photo? So you might want to address each one specifically. You might want to do some side-by-side comparisons of a couple different modes. That's always entirely up to you guys how you want to present it. What did you learn about light sourcing? So in general, what did this teach you about light sourcing? And then, was there a type of light sourcing that stood out to you? Think of the type, amount, and location. So when you did that, was there a certain type of light you're like, oh my goodness, this was so beautiful? I'm going to give you guys a hint at one that is very, very common. It is known as the golden hour. It's known as the golden hour. And what that would be is specifically you are outdoors in the early evening, specifically right at the peak times of sunset, kind of leading into sunset. Cloud conditions, preferably you want no to few clouds with that for the golden hour. And you're going to be facing specifically so that the light source is coming from behind the subject. And so when you do that, that creates what's called the golden hour, and it is a very fun type of photography. If you look at it online, you can see the beautiful colors it creates. And in Saskatchewan, we have absolutely the best conditions in the world for golden hour photography. As always, for submissions, you can submit the photos and for reflections in any way, but Photoshop is always encouraged as the most simple and straightforward way of presenting your information to me. If you do have any more questions, do not hesitate to ask. Shoot me an email and I will be happy to help you out. Remember, cameras are going to be starting to come out here. I just got an update. We're going to be reviewing how it works, and hopefully by Monday we'll be sending cameras out. So let me know if you actually want a real camera to take home. Then you can work with more of those settings and get even better products. I'm also going to be getting you guys access to Photoshop here shortly, so we can start editing some of these photos at home as well. So keep up the good work, everybody. Ask me anything you need, just shoot me an email, and have a wonderful day.